Hello again, everybody. Harry Box, the Technical Trader at detechtrader.com. It's October the 15th. It's Wednesday. Big drop and big pop and snapback rally today on Wall Street as the indices got to some fairly decently oversold condition, along with a minus 1,291, I believe it was, negative tick intraday. And with a spike down during the mid-session, they then rallied them back. Some of the stocks that we followed did pretty well today. Let's take a look at some of the reversals now. Alongside, starting with Agerion, you can see this stock made a nominal new low but held near the support line and near the pullback line from the entire declining channel here. And it's pretty interesting. Sometimes they'll break out, can't get the resistance, and back off to retest. This big reversal from 27.5 to 31.14, closing only 7 cents off the high, up 238 or 8.3%. Very nice reversal. Now the volume was good, not great. I want to see it pick up as it goes further. Make a note there's some resistance around 32.5 at the moving averages, and then beyond that we're looking at 36.7. AGIO, well, another good day today for that one, as the coil that we've been watching broke out after the big pop at the end of September. It's consolidating for about 3 weeks and finally popped with decent volume today, 1.9 million. It did get all the way up to 69.98. Now the high up here was 69.50, so we made a nominal new high but couldn't extend through it, and we got to the top of the recent channel, mid-channel line, excuse me, and that kind of put it back. But keep an eye on this above 70, because if it gets there, you're going to see 75, 80, 85, something like that. Good momentum, good technicals. Looks like this one wants to go. Could be a swing trade. And Barella, well, after being in a nice rising channel for a couple months, you can see the rollover with the market. It got down below the moving average, and today back above it, at least the 50, which is the important one for me. Key support now on Ambarella, 33.70, stop under there. And resistance right up at this level here, where the moving averages and lateral price resistance is where it closed at. So a follow through, and we could see this in the low 40s, 43, 44 even. To release test that line there, about 42.5. And then we'll see what happens. But I think this stock is destined for 50 if the market cooperates. Ebola stocks continue to run. After a big reversal day yesterday on APT, couldn't follow through to the downside, gapped up, but it had an inside day, and the volume was lower. So what you got to watch for carefully is this going to be a little wedge and maybe do another couple days here and explode? I still think the possibilities are that we could see this in the low mid-teens even. So keep an eye on this one with a stop underneath yesterday's low, $7 underneath that level. We got to exit. It's vulnerable to 5 3/4. VSRX with a nice day today. Now, a week and a half ago, before the market started to roll hard, this stock broke out only to pull back and retest. Today, up another $1.53 or 14.67%. Pretty good for a down day. And 3.7 million traded, one of the best volumes of the year. We're going to have to obviously test the 13.5, 14.5 zone up here to get it going again. But at some point, BCRX may very well make it into the high teens to 20. BDSI, well, stock had come down and broke a key support and moving averages, so it was probably stopped out by several of our subscribers. But I would strongly suggest keeping an eye on it as it rallied from 13.80 to 15.14, closed 3 cents off the high at 15.11. 74 cents, that's over 5% on a million shares. So with the reversal day today, I'm looking to see if we can get back above the Monday high of 15.54.5 area, and then maybe we'll run up into the 17.5, 18 zone. But for now, keep an eye on it. Let's see if this is a important bottom, not only for this stock, for the market in general. If we take out this line, the accelerated channel, and this line here, we have what looks like a pullback to the main channel. And if that's the case, the intermediate or swing trade target is 2021. CLDX also snapping back. You can see it jumped $1 or 7.3%, 3.3 million traded. And that's the biggest volume in a couple months. So good tidings as the stock basically broke through here. Good action today. Got up to the 50, and then they punched through it and closed above that line. Next target would be for me around 1570. Beyond that, around 17. Those are your two targets going forward. Chimerex, well, another of the Ebola drugs. This one had a nice snapback from 28.70 to 33.15. Closed 32.13. Backed off a bit, but still up over 3 and nearly 11%. 1.8 million traded, the best volume in a week. A nice reversal day. What we got to do is get up through, say, 33.30, and today's high was 33.15. So you can see there's distinct resistance up in that zone. So we'll see if today was an important reversal day and whether this thing extends to 36, 38, 40 plus, or whether it's a one-day anomaly. Today's reversal day, we reversed a lot of stocks, but can we get a follow-through? That's the key. There's your angle of ascent on top of the channel. Late, very much like APT, with a big reversal day yesterday, no downside follow-through, and an inside day. Very unusual, but again, the lows in this range, 20.25 to 20.75 here, is key support. I would definitely put a stop under there. If it consolidates for another day or two, fine, but if it takes off tomorrow, it could explode into the low 30s. MXDG, a stock we don't talk much about. It's Mimetics Group, or Mimetics. Hasn't done much. In 2012 to mid-13, it had a beautiful run-up, pulled back, made nominal highs. But you can see in the last year, it's been in an ascending coil, with tops here about the 880 range. Today's high, 9, so we made a nominal new high and closed at 880. That was up 86 cents, or almost 11%, and 2.9 million traded. So if we're going to run here, we can see the stock go first to about 11, 10.5, 11, and then 13, 14. Big reversal of Maxwell with a nice pop from 790 to 936, closed a dime off the high at 926. Up $1.15, that's a 14% run up, and nearly a million traded. That's the best day in 3 weeks, so maybe we can get some follow through. But note today, it went through the 10, 21, and 50-day moving averages, closed above all three, right at the declining top line. Any follow through, and we can see 10.75, 11 short term. And then a nice big day today for New Link Genetics, NLNK, which we traded today in the room. A spectacular run of four and change before it backed off a couple of points. Actually, it was up 560 at one point. Closed up 361, or 16.5%, and 2.8 million traded. It's kind of natural sometimes when they break out to give it a little retest. There's your little pullback retest here. And let's see if we can hold that zone. If we can, this may extend, take out 29, and run up into the low 30s. And lastly, today's VSR, just a spectacular move from 269 to today's high at 705. About 175% in 3 days. Pretty spectacular. What's more spectacular than that, for a stock that barely trades, it traded 41 million shares today. Never heard of in the history of this company. But is this a peak? Well, there's certainly long-term resistance here, going way back. You can see back in 2007, it actually got up to 15. So there's hope for more upside, but there is some resistance in that zone, going back many, many years. It may cause some pullback right at that level. If it gets through here, the next target is going to be about 9, 9.25. So stay tuned. This could be interesting if there's any explosive follow through tomorrow. But you got to keep close tabs on that as well. That's it for tonight, everyone. Have a good evening.